Brenda Glass, and I'm going to talk about sunbonnets. Bonnets were hats that the prairie women wore in the 1800s and in the early 1900s to protect their complexion, especially when they were outside. So the history of hats goes long back, and bonnets were actually worn in Europe. But when they came to America, they had fancy bonnets that they wore to church and stuff in big cities. But out in the country, out on the prairie, the pioneer women had their utilitarian sunbonnets that they wore when they did their chores. Washing outside usually happened, tending to the livestock, planting the garden or the farm, plowing the fields, anything they did outside. The pioneer women would wear their sunbonnet, and what it did, basically, before sunscreen, we needed sun protection. And so there was different kinds of sunbonnets, and they wore them, and they made them themselves. This is a sunbonnet. You notice it has like a flap in the back to protect the neck. It has a long lid or whatever at the front to protect your face, and it's kind of crinkly because this particular one has paper in it to stiffen it. You know, they would use whatever they had on hand, extra fabric or corn husks or anything to stiffen it. And they would wear these and mend them. There's not very many sunbonnets from, say, 1840 left because they wore them to pieces. I love the quilt. Sunbonnet Sue is the name of this particular pattern. I have a quote from Missouri, the Weekly Times, said, "Take care of your hands and do not forget your faces. I have seen many country girls who at 16 had a complexion like alabaster, and at 26, their faces would look like a rennet bag that had hung 6 weeks in the chimney corner." One reason is they do not wear a bonnet to protect them from the sun. So yes, there was shaming of bonnets even back then. I'm sure our forerunners, our ancestors, wore bonnets when they worked in the field because they were hard-working people. Thanks.
The Sisters in Bonnets. This picture is of 4 of Charlie and Emma's daughters at the Smith-Mickey reunion in Cedar Canyon. Carl Jr. recounts the story of driving in New Mexico with his mother, Ruth Smith, and stopping on the side of the road at a little shop. Ruth saw the bonnets and said, "I'm getting these for the sisters to wear at the next reunion." And as you can see, they wore them well. From left to right, this is Alice Smith, Alma Holmes, Maggie Tinnan, and Irene Pope. The sun is in my eye. Oh yeah, I have a bonnet. Much better.
Walk in the living room.
How do you do it?
What are you gonna do?
Can you help him?
Help who?
Your husband.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.